On 25th February, the Minister for Finance announced Singapore's budget for 2013. This sets out the country's spending for the coming financial year. It's a process that involves every government ministry, and its outcome affects every Singaporean. Beyond responsible allocation of expenditure, the budget process is important to the long-term needs of the country. Singapore's first Finance Minister, Dr. Goh Keng Swee, pioneered the path of fiscal discipline. During the country's first budget announcement in 1959, Dr. Goh projected a $14 million budget deficit. After implementing stringent measures that included slashing of government spending and increasing of taxes, there was an eventual surplus of $1 million by the end of the year. Following his lead, vice taxes on products such as tobacco and alcohol have steadily increased over the years. Dr. Goh then set the tone for the government, which ever since has upheld budget discipline and fiscal prudence with the country's finances. Singapore's economy has evolved significantly since 1959. The responsibility of maintaining a balanced budget grows more complex through the years. Surpluses through the decades were important in helping the country tide through difficult times like the 2008 global recession and the 1997 Asian financial crisis. During the 1998 downturn, businesses were cushioned from the impact with measures like corporate and property tax rebates, plus slashing of employer CPF contribution. Such prudent economic policies and strict utilizing of the reserves helped the country recover quicker than most of its neighbours. Budget surpluses were also often shared with Singaporeans in the form of growth dividends. Since the new millennium, Singapore has seen a fair share of surpluses and deficits. Global events like September 11th and the outbreak of SARS also affected the country's fiscal performance. Singapore has a unique budget system that does not run on debt. We do not borrow, but instead raise our own revenue to meet expenditure. Such a system ensures a more stable economy that does not depend on debt. Over the years, Singapore's budget allocation for social development has steadily increased. This includes topping up of the Comcare Fund that assists needy, low-income families, increased Medisave for the elderly, and various initiatives in education development and subsidies. A significant part of the budget is also allocated to relief packages like the workfare measures introduced in 2006 to assist older low-wage workers with rising cost of living. Lately, we have been shifting our attention to the needs of elderly Singaporeans as our population ages. Last year, income tax relief for older workers doubled and their CPF contributions were increased. It's crucial that Singapore's finances are handled carefully and fairly because a well-maintained and disciplined annual budget determines the country's financial security today and in the long run.